Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT, and it's time to get ready for a 1-week race on Race C on Gran Turismo Sports. So, looks like we'll be racing with Red Bull X2014 Juniors to be able to get started for a 1-week race at Suzuka circuit. So, this is going to be quite excellent to get started for 10 laps on this race. So, this is going to get very excellent that this might turn out to be. So, looks like I just already have 3 Red Bull X2014 Juniors, so this one might be able to get ready to have the moment of choice. So looks like this is going to be perfect for having one good segment that this one might be able to have a good race. So looks like I might be able to use with a team victory library from Total Drama World Tour for this race. So this is going to get very excellent to be able to get started for this race. But this time, this one might be able to have a good chance to be able to keep up on this race, so this one might get a better chance to do it. So I hope that this is going to get very excellent to be able to have a good 1-week race, just like the F1500 TA and Super Formula. But now Red Bull X2014 is going to get very challenging to be able to get a good chance to do it. So it maybe gets a little bit lighter or very excellent that this one might be able to get improved for. So you'll have to find out this might be able to have a good race or not. So looks like this is going to be able to have to take a lot of progress that this one might be needed for. So looks like this is going to be able to have racing hard tires for a recommend choice to use, and even the balance of performance is going to be quite settled for a recommend, because this is going to be do it okay, but this one might be quite excellent to be able to get started for. So I hope that this is going to be able to have a very good momentarily, that this one might be able to take a lot of few turns, that this one might be able to get there. Now looks like this is going to be able to do a lot of quick focus, but this one might do it just fine. So if this is going to be able to turn out well. Now, looks like this is going to be able to have the traction controls be turned up by now, so this is going to get very excellent that this one might turn out to be. So, if this is going to be able to have to take a lot of durable grip, that this is going to have to take a while for, but it's going to have to take a lot of concentration that this one might be able to stay on it. So, this is going to get pretty technical turns that this might give a better free ride, that this one might be able to stay on it. So, looks like this is going to give a little bit much more better to go for, so this one might be able to stay focused. So if this is going to turn out to be possible for it, because it's going to have to take a lot of practice whenever you're going well for it. So in that case, that if you're already taking the race C on the daily race, so looks like that's good for you because you just already taken that. So looks like this is going to be able to have to take last minute chance until this week's daily race is going to have to change something very different by tomorrow. So this is going to be able to have to take 7 days until this one might give it for a week. So this is going to get better for having a one good weekly race until this one might get better for. So it's going to be quite very easier to be able to take a chances to be able to make good ways to improve the driver ratings that this one might be able to get in for. Now, looks like getting on the spoon corner, that this one might get a very good chance to do it. Just gonna make sure that this one might give a very good excellent to be able to stay on it. So this is gonna have to take a lot of handling that this one might be able to do a little bit lightly to do as possible. So good thing that this is gonna be good to have this gold team victory library, that this one might give a good chance to do it for this race. So it's going to be very challenging that this one might be able to do it, because it looks like just going to be careful on the last corner. So it's going to be able to do the best to be able to slow down as possible. Right, here we go. Looks like that's going to be over 2 minutes of this run until this one might get everything started. So looks like this is going to be able to take a few more paces that this one might be able to go for, because it's going to be quite very good, and also takes a lot of focusing that this one might be able to take the chance to do it. But it's going to be taking a lot of skills that this one might put up to the test, and this one might get everything needed, because drive lightly on that turn, and then this one might stay focused to keep it in for. It's all about the maintain of the stability that this one might be able to do it. just gonna have the brake balance to be put on, and then this is gonna get very well performance that this one might be needed for. Okay, just gonna make sure, because just gonna be passive and be focused whenever there's any opponents come by and try to maintain, and then this is gonna be able to take a lot of skills that this one might be able to come forwardly to it. Now, looks like this is gonna get very lightly that this one might give a good improved time for it, so looks like giving a good gap distance check, and then this is gonna get very good to see it. So this is gonna be able to have a good race for only under 2 minutes. So this is gonna get very good to be able to stay on it, but it's gonna have to take a lot of skills that this wheel might be able to stay on it. Besides braking that this wheel might be able to do, but only for less, that this wheel might be giving good chance whenever you're gonna need it. Okay, take it out and out, and then this is gonna be able to take the last corner. So the chicane is gonna be the last part, so it's gonna be better whenever I'm about to have the double cones to be able to make the main queue, so this one might get a better chance to do it. Okay, that makes it 2 minutes and 3 seconds, and this will might get a good way to do it, so this will might be able to keep going until this will might get an excellent best lap that this one might take under 2 minutes. So whenever it's getting a little bit hard that this is going to be able to take the first turn, but it's going to be quite very difficult that this one might be able to avoid having collision, is going to be one tough way to go for. Right, this is going to get a little bit better to take that turn. Just keep it going and keep it calm until this one might get in for. Now, if this is going to be quite very good to do it, so this wheel might be able to have to give a good practicing, just like the Red Bull X2010 or X2014 fan car is going to be quite very excellent, that this one might be able to take a good hot lap with this challenge. Kind of say that it also makes us that we're racing with the X2010 back in GT5 for the Red Bull X time trial challenge, but this is going to give very good way to be able to use the junior version of the X2014, that this one might be taking a lot more practice to do it. Kind of say that this is going to get very worked up on it, so this one might get the good skills to do it. Now, I hope that this is going to be able to have a good gap distance check until this one might get very clear and simple for it. Just gonna have to keep up until this one might give a 0.1 seconds, might be able to stay on it. Okay, just gonna have to keep going, try to maintain to have that good stability that might be needed for. Okay, going down, and it looks like this is gonna be good for having a 3-lap practice until this one might get ready for a 10-lap practice. Hope this one might be ready. But then this is going to be quite very good to be able to take a few more turns. So just going to make sure, because the first and last corner is going to be very exercise caution. So if things can go well, I'd say that SR is going to be important, that this one might be able to keep going, but it's going to have to take a lot of hard work to do it. So whenever it's going to be able to try to do a little slipstream on the draft, don't try to lose it, because it gets very left behind, so that wheel might be able to do better to be able to catch up as possible. Okay, here we go. Looks like this is going to be prepared for match, so this wheel might be able to sit back and wait until this wheel might get started for start of the race, until this will be a good, excellent one-make race that turned out to be. But this is going to get pretty well simple that this one might be able to go for. Now, looks like this is going to be good for having a 20-minute race, so if this is going to be quite very good, and looks like that considers a 14th place, that this one might give a good start to do it, and looks like this is going to get very tougher that this one might be able to get in for. So, looks like good to be back on the driver rating B, and this is going to get very tougher that this is going to be a very excellent one make race. So maybe I might be able to have to keep going until this one might be able to stay on in fifth place or better. But try to make sure, because avoiding 10th place or last is going to be quite very tougher to go for. Now, looks like everybody is here joining in session, and then this is going to get very excellent that this one might be giving a good view. So, looks like the fuel map is on, so this will might be giving us one make race, will might be able to do the trick, and this will might give a good chance to get everything done for us. Now, looks like taking a lot of racing practice on the Red Bull X2014 Junior Series, this will might give a little bit different that this will might be able to do it. So, looks like the first turn is going to be quite very roughly simple, so we'll make sure we have to be very careful, but this is going to be quite getting a little bit slightly in for, because it's going to be able to do a little bit possible ways to be able to have one good Red Bull X2014 Junior racing strategy that this will might get everything going on hand. Now, looks like this is going to be able to have to take a little bit warm up, so looks like just going to have to check on the first corner is going to be quite very tricky, that we might be very careful. So, looks like here we go. 10 lap race on Suzuka circuit, so here we go. Let this be a one good excellent one make race is going to be quite excellent. Now, I hope that this is going to be able to have to double check, because when having a grid start, so looks like false check is going to be needed for, so just going to have to put off in the e-brake, so this will might be getting ready. Alright, just going to have to be sure for only 5 seconds to start. Alright, green light for go, let's do it. Now, looks like this is going to be able to have to keep going on, so looks like the 10 lap race is about to get very good, and looks like this is going to giving a one good attempted, and oh, looks like this is going to be a one tough race that this one might going on for. Just be very careful, try not to bump each other, that could be giving a penalty occur. Okay, so looks like giving a little bit TCS to be turned off by the moment, so looks like counter skewing assist could probably able to do a little bit of assistance for it, because I hope that this is going to be able to turn out to be, but just going to make sure, because if things can go well, but well, I kind of guess that this might be able to do a little bit better to be able to stay focused, but this will might be able to do it. But besides that, this could be getting a one tough race that this will might get a pretty harsh mistake that might become to occur. So we'll make sure this is going to be able to take a lot of more ways to get there. Oh man. Yeah, looks like this is going to giving a little bit hard time that this one might be able to stay for it. But this race is going to be very intense. If we might be able to stay focused, but looks like I'm definitely left behind. Okay, just going to have to giving a little bit force to be decelerate onto the penalty line, since the first lap of the race is going to get pretty complicated that this one might turn out to be, but well, it's kind of best that this one might be able to do for a little race until maybe the next time, since we might be able to get going. Alright, so looks like I'm gonna switch back in and then let the last place driver to do a little overtake, but well, kind of say that this is going to be quite very tougher that this one might be able to go for, but race C is going to be quite very tougher that this one might be able to get a good chance to do it. Well, there goes my increased driver rating, and I hope that this is going to turn out to be a one tough race that this one might be able to stay focused, but plenty much of it, because this is going to be able to turn out what's left of it. But it's going to be always having one tough collisions, or having mistake is going to be able to do, by the way. Now, looks like giving a little bit team victory, struck in last place, but it's going to be able to try to keep up until this one might be able to get into first place, but this is going to be able to do it. Alright, just going to keep going, just going to have to make one attempt overtake that this is going to get a little bit better for it. And, oh, looks like there goes that mistaken corner, gets struck in on the sand trap. Looks like this is going to be quite very good to remind myself. Whenever there's a mistake happen, don't get struck in onto the sand trap on any corner. It is going to be ruining the moment. Now, looks like this is going to be able to keep going until this one might be able to stay on it. Okay, this is going to be able to take a little bit few more corners on the spoon corner. It is going to be able to do it. Just, I hope that this is going to giving a good technique that might be able to perform it. Oh man. Yep. It's going to be a little bit possible to be able to be very careful because the spoon corner is very tricky in the bends, but this one might be able to have to do it much more often until this one might get a little bit chance to do it. But looks like this is going to get pretty messy around here. Very sloppy, and looks like I hope that this is going to be quite very excellent to turn out to become a one good clean race, but collision always happens. Having one make race is definitely became an achievable challenge that this one might be able to come in handy. Now, looks like giving a dirt lap might be able to do the chance, so this one might get better until this one might keep going. Okay, just have that first corner, and luckily penalty occurred, so it's going to be able to take a lot of advanced skills that this one might be able to put up to the next step, but it's going to be able to take one good reason to be able to have a good one-make race. Try not to cut corners to receive a penalty, because that could be giving a little bit bad driver rating effect that this might go down for it. It always happens because this is going to get pretty tougher, that this is going to have to take a little bit much more ways to go for. Now, looks like I had to be able to keep going until looks like things about to get very separate to be able to get a good ways to go for. Alright, just gonna take it there, and then this one might be able to going in until this one might get a little bit further distance that this one might be going in for. But I'm still way far behind from the others. It's going to be quite very hard to do it. Just like the F1500 TA and Super Formula all over again on the daily racing 2 weeks ago. So I hope this is going to be able to force it to slow down at once, and now giving a little bit quick recovery until this one might get going. Alright, just have that chicane is going to get very quick and simple, so this is going to be giving an early braking point that this one might be needed. Now, looks like 40-second gap distance from behind. Looks like getting a little bit far caught up on it, because I know that this is going to get a little bit simple, that this one might be able to do a little bit achievable, but it's going to be a little bit harder to be able to step up on it. Now, looks like have that apex needed, so it's going to be able to take a little bit usual ways to get there, but it's going to be able to have to take a lot of handling skills to be able to go in for it. Nope, don't want to get automatically forced to be struck in on the sand trap. No way, won't slow down for it. Okay, looks like yellow flag just called in, and then this one might be able to have quick recovery from the opponents, that this one might be able to go as possible. looks like getting a little bit caught up on it. So if there might be able to do a little bit possible that there might be able to going into the pit stop. So it's going to be quite very extendable that this one might be able to do a little bit quick way to get there. Alright, so it looks like I saw one just about to be forced to slow down, so this one might give me my best chance. Alright, on the 14th, so this one might be able to get going until this one might be able to stay on it, so this is going to be quite very maintainable, but this one might be able to do it just fine. Alright, so looks like still might be giving a little bit call in onto the pits, so well, maybe this is going to be able to do it just fine. So this race is going to be able to have no pit stops to be needed, or even if possible, so whenever they're having a little bit tire problem after they took a mistake. Okay, looks like this is going to giving a good aim in, and then this is going to giving a good race position that this one might come in as possible. Okay, just let me pass in. Thank you very much, and be a good kind driver. Alright, so looks like going in to take on 12th place, but things about to get a little bit slipstream over here, folks, coming from behind, and this is going to get a little bit possible to be able to avoid making full contact because it's going to get very roughly on it. Just gonna make sure if this is gonna giving a little bit possible ways to be able to get there, but it also takes a lot of good clean racing strategy for it. So looks like I checked the total time on the race. So it looks like 10 minutes is gonna be taking 5 laps, so that makes 20 minutes of this race, so this one might be very good. Okay, there you go. Just gonna have to land it on that apex, and then this will be on the way. I hope that this is gonna give him a little bit closer in, and looks like one opponent just passed by it. Well, good thing I'm just definitely making a smart move that this one might be able to avoid it. Okay, just keep coming in, and then this one might be able to take a little bit better ways to get there. Taking slipstream is going to be the key of racing that this one might gang up on it. But this is going to be quite absolutely a-okay for taking a lot of more skills that this one might be coming in for. Okay, looks like taking a little bit few slight turns that this one might be giving a little bit close call for it. Okay, just keep going, just take a little bit few more inside turns. We might do a little catching up to do, so it's going to be a little bit harder to keep it up on it. Uh-oh. Wow. I can't believe it. That was so close. He's just almost trying to slam into me before I'm about to do it, but, well, looks like that was just giving one good caution to close. Oh, man. Well, looks like DFR Motorsports is so close that he's just trying to keep it cool until this one might get the better way to get there. Okay, looks like, oh, keep it going, don't lose control. Just gonna make one good attempt pass to get through for it. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to take the out and out corner, and then this is gonna get pretty roughly on it until this one might get the good chicane. Early braking point in, and then this one might get a little bit far closer. Alright, so looks like 3 more laps to go. Nothing else happened to check onto the pit stop, so this will probably a-okay to do it. Now, looks like this is going to be, oh, there it is. Looks like he just definitely mistaken performing on that first clean corner, so we'll have to keep trying for another time, for another lap, that this might get better. Now, looks like this is going to get very roughly on it, so it's going to be take a little bit possible to do one smooth handling terrain on the track. So it looks like this is going to get a little bit 1 minute far behind. It's going to be quite very simple to do it, but we'll have to make sure, we'll have to keep going on, and then this one might get a little bit pretty clear that this is going to get a little bit possible to do it. Okay, BFR Motorsport is definitely overtaking on the current position, so he just reclaimed his territory to be able to get in for. But I hope that this is going to get a little bit possible ways to be able to get through for it. But I hope that this is going to turn out well. Okay, looks like gonna have to take the slipstream until this one might be able to catch up on it. Come on, almost there. Just, I hope this is gonna make it last. Okay, this is gonna get an excellent clean turns to get through it. And this one might get a little bit concluded until this one might be able to stay on it. 2 more laps to go. None of us didn't go to the pit stop to change tires and refuel, so this is going to be able to get better. Now, looks like this is going to get pretty closer to do it, because everything is about advance and cornering, that this one might be able to take a lot of more competitive skills, that this one might be able to do the trick. So it's going to be a little bit harder to be able to catch up on it. So I know that this is going to be an excellent one mixed race, so we'll have to be able to get better soon. Okay, looks like this is going to be able to have tough gaps to be able to gang up on it, so it's going to be able to take it in for. Okay, almost. Just going to take a little bit a while until this one might be able to keep up on its length. There we go. Looks like giving a little bit further ways to get on the straight, so this one might get through. Okay, just gonna keep a little bit main focus, and then this is gonna be able to have chicane. We'll be able to go at it. Now, looks like getting a little bit halfway push, but it's going to have to take a while, but everything is going to get very separate on the track, that this is going to get very challenging, that this is going to be able to do for one good one mixed race, but it takes a lot of hard skills to be able to do a little bit advanced, that this one might be able to get better for. Because this race is going to get very intense to do it, but it also might need to have a lot of hard work to be able to keep going. No. I won't accept that, because I won't join in onto the sand trap to slow down for it. Now, looks like getting a little bit 2-second gap distance from ahead and behind. because it's going to get pretty roughly that this is going to get a little bit close up on it. Now, looks like giving a one good attempt to be able to get through it. And this is going to be taking a little bit of a while that this one might take. The 12-second gap on to the sub distance is going to get a little bit of a while to be able to catch up on it. Now it's going to be able to have a one good hard challenge that this one might take 2 minutes and 1 second, because this is going to get pretty tougher and giving a little bit close simple until this one might get a little bit better to do it. Now I hope that this is going to be able to have giving a little bit chance, but looks like another different opponent is definitely coming in by 0.7 seconds by giving a little bit follow through on the gap until this one might be able to have to track on the radar that this one might be able to have to keep everything going on for. Alright, there you go. This is going to be giving a one good excellent turn to be able to keep going until, if this is going to be quite very roughly on the first turn, it's going to be quite getting a little bit close simple. So I hope that this is going to be giving a one good series of racing survival that this one might be able to get through with it. Alright, keep going on that technical S curve that this one might be able to get a little bit simple to do it. So it looks like final lap is here, so looks like this is going to giving a little bit better ways to get through it. Okay, blue blimp, got me in. Alright, so it looks like race is over and looks like time remaining left to go, because I hope that this is going to be end up in 13th place, but this is going to get a little bit possible that this may giving a little decreased driver rating effect that we might be able to do the best we can. Alright, so it looks like I got 35 seconds, so this one might be able to keep going on the rush, but it's going to get very separately to be able to catch up on this race, so lucky guess that no one didn't go to the pit stop as anything as possible, but this is going to be a one good race that this one might be going in for. But very separately that this one might be able to try and keep up on it. But this is going to get very difficult that we might be able to keep focusing in the next time if we might get better. Alright, so looks like time to get me back on the driver rating seat, so I hope this is going to giving a little bit better ways to give it a result that might be able to come in for. So, looks like ends in 13th place. Well, still saving on the driver rating, but this one might get a little bit better as possible. So, well, I had to be able to keep up on this race until this one might get very good simple to do it. So, looks like daily workout is finally complete. So, looks like we did very well, and everything is going to be going as possible that we might be able to stay focused if we might be able to keep going on this race, but it is a tougher one and also cautionable that we might be able to stay very careful since the first lap of the race, so we might get better to do it. Just we have to be able to get ready. So I hope that this is going to be able to have Nations Cup going on for only Wednesdays and Saturdays, so looks like this is going to be able to have 2 events. Might be able to keep going until the racing events of the manufacturer series will come until they'll let us know. Now, looks like for the daily workout complete for today's gift card, and I hope this is going to be excellent to see which vehicle should I get. Okay, GT5 Citroen Group 3. This could be quite very dark blue, so this one might accept it for it. Now, this is going to be quite very tougher to be able to have a good one-week race on the daily race on the Red Bull X 2014 Juniors. Pretty possible that this one might be able to stay focused to keep it up on this race, so it might get better, and this one might get a little bit pushed through, that this one might get very separable to get any good chances as possible. But well, it's going to be quite very difficult to take 10 laps race without taking a pit stop, so it might be able to do the best we can, so we might be able to make sure we'll have to get it right to be able to get a good improvement for this race. So this is going to be able to keep up on this challenge until we might be able to get better to become one good excellent Red Bull X 2014 Junior racer is going to be able to reach up in first place, because this is going to get a little bit harder and better, that this one might be able to take a one good challenge for this race. So maybe this is going to be able to have one good segment for this race on the daily race C, so this is going to be quite very better to do it. Okay folks, glad that you really enjoyed this race. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for reaching up a 100 goal. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and bell for notification uploads if you want to see more, and the links of the description down below if you're interested. I'll be seeing you guys next time for continuing on the daily race on Gran Turismo Sport, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay cool.